Have you ever stood at the edge of your kitchen, gripping the counter, wondering if your legs will carry you across the room? Maybe you've paused at the top of the stairs, heart pounding, not from exertion but from fear that one misstep could steal your independence. Or perhaps you've watched your grandkids play in the yard, longing to join them, but your body whispers, not today. If you're nodding, if you felt that quiet ache of losing the strength you once took for granted, let me tell you something, this isn't the end. This isn't just aging. This is your body begging for a new way to move, a new way to live. Walking is wonderful. It's the rhythm of morning strolls, the crunch of leaves underfoot, the wave to a neighbor. But after 70, walking alone isn't enough. Not if you want to climb stairs without hesitation. Not if you want to rise from a chair without a wince. Not if you want to hold on to the freedom to live life on your terms. Today, I'm going to share 5 powerful exercises that go beyond walking, exercises that can ease your joint pain, rebuild your strength, and restore your confidence. These aren't just movements, they're lifelines. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because the 4th exercise is a hidden gem that's transformed countless lives, making seniors feel younger, steadier, and ready to take on the world again. If you're ready to discover what your body is truly capable of, not just surviving, but thriving, type the number 1 in the comments below. Let me know you're here, you're listening, and you're ready to fight for your strength. And if this message resonates, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a tip that could change your life. Now, let's dive in. Picture this, you wake up, and your knees are stiff, like rusted hinges on an old gate. Every step feels like dragging a heavy load. You're not lazy. You've tried to stay active, maybe you walk to the mailbox or around the block when the weather's kind. But lately, even those short walks leave you aching, your joints protesting with every step. If this sounds like you, let me introduce you to a secret weapon that's been hiding in plain sight: gentle water exercises. Water isn't just for swimming laps or splashing with grandkids. It's a healer, a sanctuary. Step into a pool, and suddenly, the weight of the world lifts. The water cradles your body, easing the pressure on your knees, hips, and back. Movements that felt impossible on land, lifting a leg, twisting your torso, become not just doable, but joyful. The Arthritis Foundation says seniors who exercise in water can experience up to 40% less joint pain than those who stick to land-based workouts. That's not just a number, that's a ticket to a life with less pain and more possibility. Let me tell you about Evelyn Harper, a 71-year-old grandmother from Virginia. Evelyn used to be the heart of her cul-de-sac, walking every morning with a spring in her step, her laughter echoing as she chatted with neighbors. But arthritis crept in, turning her knees and hips into traitors. Crossing her living room became a marathon. Gardening, her passion, was a distant memory, kneeling to plant tulips was too painful, and standing up felt like scaling a mountain. I felt like I was fading, she confessed to her doctor, her voice trembling. Like my body wasn't mine anymore. One humid summer day, her friend coaxed her to a community pool. Evelyn hesitated. She hadn't worn a swimsuit in years. She didn't swim. But something in her friend's gentle insistence sparked a flicker of hope. That first day, Evelyn did nothing fancy, just walked slowly through waist-deep water, the cool ripples soothing her joints. No pain. No pressure. Just movement. Within 2 weeks, she was lifting her knees higher, feeling muscles she'd forgotten. A month later, she added arm swings, her shoulders loosening. By the end of 2 months, Evelyn was transformed. Her pain had softened to a whisper. She slept through the night. And one morning, she woke up, looked out at her garden, and thought, I can do this again. Today, Evelyn plants her tulips with a smile, her body no longer a stranger. You don't need to be a swimmer to start. You don't need a fancy pool or athletic gear. All you need is access to water, maybe a community center, a YMCA, or a neighbor's backyard pool. Begin with slow walks in waist to chest-high water, letting the natural resistance build your strength. Try simple leg lifts, raise one knee at a time, hold for a moment, then lower it, using the pool wall for balance if you need. Add arm movements, gentle swings or small circles under the surface to wake up your shoulders and boost circulation. Start with 10 minutes, then work up to 20 or 30, 2 or 3 times a week. Even just standing in the water, swaying side to side, counts. Every ripple you create is a step toward renewal. Water doesn't judge. It doesn't care if you're stiff, tired, or haven't exercised in years. It meets you where you are, wrapping you in its embrace, reminding you that your body is still capable, still alive, still yours. If walking has become a battle, if your joints ache with every step, or if you've been sitting on the sidelines, afraid to try, consider the water. It's not just exercise, it's relief, it's rebirth, it's the joy of moving again. Have you ever tried water exercises? Or are you curious about how they could change your life? Type the number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me, ready to explore this gentle path to healing. Now, let's talk about something that hits closer to home. Have you ever caught yourself gripping the wall as you walk down your hallway, just in case? Hesitated to step outside on a windy day, unsure if your legs will hold? Or maybe you've started avoiding stairs, curbs, or crowded places, not out of fear, but because your body feels unsteady, unreliable. If you've nodded yes, you're not alone. And you're not doomed to live this way. Here's a truth too many doctors whisper: strength training is your greatest ally against the slow creep of aging. It's the key to keeping your muscles strong, your bones sturdy, and your balance sharp. Research shows that seniors who do light strength training 2 to 3 times a week can slash their risk of falling by 34%. That's not just a statistic, it's the difference between a hospital bed and a family barbecue. Falls are the shadow looming over too many seniors' lives, but you have the power to push that shadow back. And no, you don't need a gym membership or a bodybuilder's mindset. You just need a spark of determination and a few simple tools. Meet Walter Brooks, a 75-year-old retired electrician from Colorado. Walter was no stranger to strength. He'd spent decades wiring homes, hauling tools, climbing ladders. But retirement brought a quieter life, too quiet. Days of fixing fuse boxes turned into days of flipping channels. He didn't notice the change at first, a little less walking, a little more reclining. Then, one icy morning, he stepped off his porch and slipped. No broken bones, but a shattered sense of self. I started feeling like a ghost of who I was, he admitted. I clung to furniture just to stand. I avoided the park because the sidewalks felt like traps. His doctor suggested strength training, and Walter scoffed. That's for young guys with protein shakes, he thought. But desperation has a way of opening minds. Walter started small, using a kitchen chair and 2 cans of tomato soup. Each morning, he practiced sitting down and standing up 10 times, hands crossed over his chest. He lifted the cans slowly, one arm at a time, feeling his biceps wake up. He tied a resistance band around his legs and pushed outward, his thighs remembering their strength. 10 minutes a day, that's all it took. Within weeks, Walter wasn't leaning on furniture anymore. He stood taller, walked steadier, and felt a fire reignite inside him. Last winter, he shoveled his driveway, carefully, proudly, without a cane. You can start today, right in your living room. No fancy equipment needed. Try sit-to-stand chair squats, sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat, hip-width apart. Cross your arms or rest them in your lap. Slowly stand, then sit back down, pressing through your heels. Aim for 5 to 10 reps. This builds your thighs and core, the foundation of every step you take. Next, try arm lifts. Grab a 1 to 3 pound dumbbell or a filled water bottle in each hand. Sit or stand tall, lift your arms to shoulder height, then lower. Or lift forward for variety. Do 8 to 12 reps to strengthen your upper body and improve posture. Then, leg extensions. While seated, straighten one leg, hold for a few seconds, then lower. Alternate sides to target your thighs, making standing and walking easier. Finally, try a resistance band press. Place a band under your feet while sitting, hold the ends, and curl your arms up, then lower. Or step side to side with the band around your legs. Start with 10 to 15 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week. Move slowly, listen to your body, and watch the transformation unfold. Stronger muscles mean less strain on your joints, less pain in your knees, and more confidence in every step. Walter now walks 3 blocks every morning, no longer dodging uneven paths. He's back to hosting poker nights, shuffling cards with a grin. If he can do it, so can you. Have you tried strength training before, or are you ready to start now? Type the number 3 in the comments to let me know you're still here, ready to grow stronger, not just older. There's a moment, sometime after 70, when the little things start to feel big. Tying your shoes takes longer, your back protesting as you bend. Checking your blind spot while driving requires a cautious turn of the neck. Stepping over a curb or climbing into bed demands focus, effort, a silent prayer. These aren't failures, they're your body asking for a gentler kind of care. That's where Tai Chi and gentle yoga come in, movements so soft they feel like a whisper, yet so powerful they can change your life. You've seen them, haven't you? Groups of seniors in the park, their arms drifting like branches in a breeze, their faces calm, focused. Or maybe you've heard yoga is for flexible folks in tight pants, and thought, that's not me. Let me set the record straight, you don't need to be bendy or strong to start. All you need is your breath and a willingness to try. Tai Chi and gentle yoga are about flow, balance, and peace, gifts we all crave as the years pile up. A 6-month study found that seniors practicing Tai Chi cut their fall risk by 58%. That's not just movement, that's a revolution in slow motion. Let me introduce Clara Mitchell, a 72-year-old former schoolteacher from Oregon. Clara's life was books and blooms, she ran a book club and tended her rose garden with love. But chronic back pain stole both. Mornings began with a dull ache, evenings ended with sharp stabs. Bending to prune her roses was agony, and standing too long made her wince. I missed my garden, she said, her voice breaking. I missed me. One rainy afternoon, her son gifted her a DVD, Chair Yoga for Seniors. Clara rolled her eyes. I'm not that old, she thought. But boredom and a flicker of curiosity won out. The first session was simple: sit tall, close your eyes, breathe deeply. Turn your head side to side. Roll your shoulders. Lift your arms, fold forward just a bit, then rise. No sweat, no strain, just movement, kind, intentional movement. 2 weeks in, Clara's back pain softened. A month later, she slept through the night, no longer tossing in discomfort. By the 2nd month, she was back in her garden, pruning roses, her hands in the soil, her heart full. I felt like I'd come home, she said, tears in her eyes. You can start right now, no special gear required. Try this: inhale through your nose for 4 counts, exhale through your mouth. Feel your chest rise, your worries melt. Then, while seated, do a gentle forward bend, let your arms fall forward, relax your neck, then slowly rise. Or trace slow arm circles, imagining you're painting the sky. Use a chair for support if you need. The goal isn't perfection, it's showing up, breathing, moving. These practices reconnect your mind and body, easing back pain, calming anxiety, improving sleep, and rebuilding trust in your body's strength. If Clara could return to her roses, what could you return to? Type the number 4 in the comments if you're ready to move gently, breathe deeply, and feel like yourself again. Now, let's talk about moving smarter, not harder. When your knees ache with every step, when sidewalks feel like obstacle courses, when the fear of falling keeps you from opening your front door, you start to wonder, is movement still possible? The answer is yes, and it's waiting in your living room. Stationary or recumbent biking is a game-changer for seniors, especially those with joint pain. Unlike walking, biking doesn't force your joints to bear your weight. It lets your legs glide, your heart pump, and your muscles thrive, all without the jarring impact of pavement. Meet Henry Sullivan, a 72-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio. Henry was a walker, striding through his neighborhood each morning, waving to kids on bikes, soaking in the sunrise. But arthritis turned his knees into enemies. Walks grew shorter, then stopped. I wanted to move, he said, but my body said no. The more he rested, the weaker he felt. His confidence crumbled. Even fetching the mail felt daunting. Then, last Christmas, his daughter surprised him with a stationary bike. "Just 5 minutes a day," she urged. Henry was skeptical but gave it a try. He pedaled slowly, 5 minutes while watching the news. No pain, no fear, just motion. A week later, he pushed to 10 minutes. Within a month, he was biking 20, sometimes 30 minutes, feeling energy he hadn't known in years. His knees still grumbled, but they no longer ruled him. His spirit soared. Today, Henry starts each morning with coffee and a 20-minute ride, his safe haven for staying active without pain. You can begin with a stationary bike, upright or recumbent, with a seat and backrest for comfort. Start with 5 to 10 minutes at a relaxed pace. Week 2, aim for 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 5 days a week. Keep it smooth, no high resistance. This isn't about speed, it's about freedom. Biking improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, strengthens your thighs and calves, and rebuilds your belief in movement. You can pedal while watching TV, listening to Sinatra, or closing your eyes, feeling your body come alive. If joint pain has sidelined you, if you're craving a safe way to move, type the number 6 in the comments and keep listening, because the next exercise might be the simplest yet most powerful of all. Sometimes, the smallest steps feel like climbing Everest. Sitting on your couch, you hesitate to stand, your legs unsteady. Reaching for a dropped spoon, your back screams. Walking across the room takes planning, caution, a held breath. If you've ever felt too weak, too tired, or too afraid to exercise, this is for you. Chair yoga and seated stretching don't demand a gym or fancy gear, just a sturdy chair, a corner of your home, and a spark of hope. Let me tell you about Ruth Carter, a 74-year-old widow from Texas. After heart surgery, Ruth's world shrank. Standing from her recliner needed help. Her legs wobbled like a newborn foal's. Her back ached constantly. Fear crept in, fear of falling, of losing her independence, of becoming a burden. "I wasn't ready to give up," she said, "but I didn't know how to start." Her daughter suggested chair yoga. Ruth laughed. "Yoga? In a chair? How's that going to help?" But she was desperate enough to try. She began with 10 minutes a day, sitting upright, feet flat, breathing deeply. She lifted one leg, held it, lowered it with control. She twisted side to side, stretching her spine. She rolled her shoulders, raised her arms, leaned forward slightly. No pain, no pressure, just movement. After a week, her back felt lighter. 2 weeks in, she stood steadier. 2 months later, Ruth stood from her chair without hands, walked across her kitchen, and cried, not from pain, but from joy. "I felt like me again," she said, smiling through tears. You can try this today. Start with sit-to-stand chair squats. Sit in a sturdy chair, arms crossed or on your thighs. Press through your heels, stand, then sit. Do 5 reps, building to 15. This strengthens your thighs, teaching your body to rise with ease. Next, seated leg lifts. Lift one leg straight out, hold for 3 seconds, lower. Alternate to build your quads and boost circulation. Then, shoulder rolls and arm circles. Roll your shoulders, then extend your arms for slow circles, easing tension. Finally, seated side bends. Clasp your hands, lean side to side, stretching your waist for better posture. Pick 2 or 3 to start, do them 3 times a week, and celebrate every victory. Studies show chair exercises can boost mobility by 40% in 2 months, fewer falls, easier steps, more freedom. If you've ever thought, "I can't exercise anymore," think again. Your chair is your starting line. If Ruth could walk her kitchen again, imagine what you could do. Type the number 5 in the comments if you're ready to feel stronger, steadier, and in control. Before we part, let's pause. Today, we've explored 5 gentle, powerful ways to move, ways that protect your joints, rebuild your strength, and steady your steps. Aging is a fact, but losing your spark doesn't have to be. Every movement you choose, lifting an arm, pedaling a bike, rising from a chair, is a quiet rebellion against time, a step toward freedom, confidence, and a brighter tomorrow. You don't need to do it all today. Just start. Your body is listening, waiting for your whisper. If this journey stirred your heart, comment below with the word hope or share one lesson you're taking away. If you used to think walking was enough but now see there's more, type 1. If you're ready to try one of these exercises this week, type 2. I'll read every word. If this felt like a lifeline, subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. You might light up their world. As we close, carry this: may your steps be steady, your body strong, and your heart forever hopeful. Until next time, take care.